In the last 90 years, the United States has built some of the world's most iconic, powerful, and technologically advanced bombers the world has ever seen. Machines forged in war, shaped by fear and perfected by necessity. From the thunderous engines of World War II to the silent wings of stealth aircraft today, each bomber tells a story of innovation, strategy, and global power. This is the evolution of America's bomber aircraft and why each of them had to be created. Section 1: The World War Era II. Our journey begins in the late 1930s. The B-17 Flying Fortress. War is spreading across the world, and U.S. Army Air Corps needs an aircraft that can carry bomb long distances and fight its way home. The B-17 Flying Fortress didn't get its name by accident. Multiple gun turrets, rugged construction, the ability to return home with massive battle damage. The B-17 was made to conduct daylight precision bombing over Europe, to survive intense German fighter attacks, to deliver a constant stream of bombs deep into enemy territory. The B-17 became a symbol of American air power and industrial strength. The B-17 wasn't just an aircraft, it was a symbol of American endurance. But no single aircraft could win a global war. The US needed a bomber that could launch from short runways, island strips, and even aircraft carriers. This led to the B-25 Mitchell, the Swiss Army knife of World War II bombers. From anti-shipping missions in the Pacific, to low-level strafing runs, to the famous Doolittle raid, which launched from the deck of the USS Hornet and boosted American morale after Pearl Harbor. The B-25 was made to support ground forces across diverse battlefields, to perform medium-range strikes where heavy bombers couldn't, to be rugged, adaptable, and fast. The B-25 might not have been the biggest, but it was everywhere. The B-29 Super Fortress. Late in the war, America needed a bomber unlike anything before. Japan was far, far beyond the range of existing bombers. The missions required altitude, speed, and endurance. The answer was the B-29 Super Fortress, a leap in technology. With pressurized cabins, remote-controlled guns, and enormous range, it was decades ahead of its time. The B-29 was made to carry heavy bomb loads to mainland Japan, to fly higher than enemy fighters, to support long-distance missions across the Pacific. The B-29 marked the dawn of a modern bomber aviation, and its missions ended World War II. Section 2: The Nuclear Age. Early Cold War, the shift to atomic warfare. World War II ends, but peace is fleeting. The Soviet Union rises as America's new rival. The US requires bombers capable of delivering them across oceans. Before missiles exist, enter the age of giant intercontinental bombers. The B-36 Peacemaker was America's first true globe-spanning bomber. With a wingspan wider than a 747's and 6 massive pusher engines, it was designed with one mission: to reach the Soviet Union, drop a nuclear weapon, and return home safely. The Peacemaker was made to strike the USSR from US soil without refueling, to carry early, extremely heavy atomic bombs, to project American power across continents. The B-36 never dropped a bomb in combat, but its existence alone shaped Cold War strategy. The B-45 Tornado. Since jet propulsion was the future, propeller-driven giants like the B-36 would not remain viable forever. America needed a jet bomber, even if early jet engines were experimental and temperamental. The B-45 Tornado became the first American jet bomber in service. It was made to counter fast advancing Soviet jet fighters, to deliver early nuclear weapons at higher speeds, to transition the US into the jet age. It was a critical stepping stone paving the way for what came next. The B-52 Stratofortress. Then came the aircraft that would outlive them all, the B-52 Stratofortress. With its 8 engines and massive range, The B-52 was built to fly at the edge of space and deliver nuclear weapons deep into Soviet territory. Why was it made? To serve as America's primary nuclear deterrent, to combine long range with heavy payload capacity, to be adaptable to future weapons and technology, and no one expected the B-52 to still be flying in the 21st century. But here we are, and it shows no signs of retiring. Section 3. Speed and Power. Late Cold War. The threat of Soviet missiles. By the 1970s, the game changed again. The Soviet Union developed powerful radar networks and surface-to-air missiles. High-altitude bombers like the B-52 were becoming vulnerable. The US needed a bomber that could fly low, fast, and undetected. The B-1 Lancer. The B-1 Lancer was designed to solve this problem. A bomber capable of supersonic speed and low-altitude penetration. The original B-1A version was extremely fast. The politics delayed the program for years. Eventually, a redesigned B-1B entered service with improvements in stealth and payload. Swing wings let it fly slow and take off and fast in combat. Its bomb bays held enormous loads of conventional or nuclear weapons. Why was it made? To penetrate Soviet air defenses at low altitude, to provide a fast alternative to the B-52, to deliver huge payloads across long distances. Though born during the Cold War, the B-1 proved invaluable in modern wars, striking targets rapidly and repeatedly. As the Cold War ended, the next evolution was already in development, a bomber unlike anything the world had seen. A bomber that wouldn't outrun radar, but would evade it entirely. A bomber that would redefine stealth itself. By the 1980s, radar coverage over the Soviet Union was dense, sophisticated, and deadly. Traditional aircraft, fast or slow, would not survive. The US needed a bomber that was nearly impossible to detect, track, or intercept. This led to one of the most secretive projects ever undertaken. The B-2 Spirit. The B-2 Spirit is one of the most advanced aircraft ever built. Its flying wing design reduces radar reflections to almost nothing. From above it resembles a shadow, silently cutting through the sky. Capable of carrying both nuclear and conventional weapons, the B-2 was built for one purpose: defeat the most advanced air defenses on Earth. Why was it made? To infiltrate defended airspace without detection, to strike high-value targets on the first night of war, to serve as the pinnacle of US stealth technology. Despite its small fleet size, the B-2 has proven its worth in Kosovo, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya, often neutralizing targets before enemy forces even knew it was there. Today's world is entering a new era of competition. Advanced radar systems, hypersonic missiles, networked defenses. Rival nations have invested heavily in anti-access technologies. The US needed a bomber designed specifically for 21st century warfare. The B-21 Raider is the first bomber of the digital age. Built using modular architecture, advanced materials, and next-generation stealth, it is designed to slip deep into defended airspace, just like the B-2, but at a fraction of the maintenance cost. It was simply made to defeat next-generation air defenses, to replace the aging B-1 and some B-2 missions, to ensure America's global strike capability into the 2050s and beyond, to operate both manned and unmanned missions in the future. The B-21 represents a new chapter, a bomber built not just for today, but built for an unpredictable future. From the thunderous engines of the B-17 to the silent shadows of the B-2 to the digital ghost that is the B-21, America's bombers tell a powerful story. A story of innovation, a story of deterrence, a story of a nation responding to every challenge, with engineering, strategy, and unmatched ambition. Each bomber didn't just fly. It shaped history, protected nations, and defined eras. As new threats emerge, new generations of aircraft will rise to meet them. The evolution continues, and the future of American power is already on the horizon.